A lot of pictures from Holden behind us. Not terrible. A few raindrops still on the lens, and that's kind of the ongoing story here, Keith.
Yeah, and actually they're doing better than a lot of southern parts of the state. Yeah, which are seeing more consistent rain. But one thing we're really not seeing much of at all is sun. I'll show you in a minute. But look over the last couple of the frames, and you can see some convergence along southern coastal Maine. So we've got several hours of legitimate rain coming in there, and that will eventually get into Oxford County as well. You head up the coast, there's not as much on the radar, at least, although some of this is drizzle that tends to be below the radar beam and doesn't really show up too well on these radar products. But again, look at this satellite. So even if it's not raining, you're not basking in the sun. There's fewer sunny breaks when compared to yesterday, and I think that's going to be a theme not only through the rest of today, but into the day tomorrow too, where we've just got a lot of low-level moisture. It's going to be hard to break up this low stratus deck that we have out there, so I don't anticipate a whole lot of sun. Slow progress with this upper level low. It was here, then here, now here. So it's actually getting closer to us, but you want that because we're trying to move this thing east and out to sea, which we'll be able to do by Friday afternoon. But this is the hallmark of this stalled out upper level low, is just how slowly it moves. It's blocked up to the north and east by a high, so it can't go in that direction. That's what slows it all down. Temperatures, about what you'd expect for the cloud conditions we have out there. Keep in mind, this is hugely below average at this point. We should be about 60 degrees for a high, so we're nowhere near that, in the low to mid 40s, and we're really not going to change much this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow. It won't be till Friday, probably midday, that we'll really buck this and get over 50 degrees. So you can see that rain pretty consistently along the mid-coast and southern coastal Maine. Tends to break up a bit tonight, but there are still some showers around. By tomorrow morning, we've got a lot of clouds. It's only about 40. We get to 46, 47. That's it. It is not going to be warm tomorrow. And notice there are scattered showers. There's not a ton of rain, but there's really no sun. And I think this may be the most raw day of all of this. Some of us will actually stay in the 30s for highs tomorrow, which is fairly offensive for this time of the year. Showers again on Thursday night, and then a quick sprinkle Friday, and then you can see that dry air trying to work in. It'll do so Friday afternoon, especially over central and northern Maine. We might just get into the sun over southern Maine as it sets, and that will set the stage for a much nicer weekend, which, don't worry, Brian, hasn't changed. I can still show my face. I told you if the weekend forecast changed, you just won't see me. Yeah, so high pressure builds in slowly, looks great over the weekend. And the only thing to watch after the weekend is how long can we keep the warmth. And I'm starting to think more and more that we are going to get backdoor cold fronted at some point, probably Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we might be able to build that warmth back. But I think we will get knocked back down in between. Still, this being the overall temperature outlook, and you can see they hedged that backdoor cold front, thinking, okay, down east and northern Maine might be a bit cooler than the rest of the east. Still, we'll plan on the right side of the field for once. Saturday, Sunday, Monday looks good too. And then we're going to get into some split state forecasts, I believe, Brian, on Tuesday and Wednesday, where it will be warmer over southern Maine and much cooler where that cold front is, but we've got time to kind of nail that down.
That's right. We'll enjoy the sunny days before we see the change again.
Yeah.
All right, Keith, thanks.